Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we begin the journey, we begin the timeline, and we begin the storyline of Call of Duty Zombies. Now the first map that we play in the storyline order is Nacht or Untoten. However, there is a good amount of stuff that happens before that. And so I've made this document to kind of go through a little bit of the background before we hop into Nacht or Untoten. In the beginning, there was only the Aether and the Keepers. Among them were two beings who would later be known by many names. One would be known as Dr. Monty, the other as the Shadow Man. 1292, January 15th, the Great War between humanity and the Apothecans begins. 1294, April 14th, Sir Pablo Marinus is saved from the clutches of Amargua by four unknown heroes. They would be later known as Primus. 1299, December 31st, together with the Keepers, Primus defeats the Apothecans, bringing the Great War to an end. 1300, January 1st. Before they seemingly disappear from history, Primus instructs the Wolf King to begin building Der Eisendrache. 1318, September 19th. Honoring the Wolf King's dying request, his loyal servant Arthur scatters and buries his bones in the grounds of Der Eisendrache, accompanied by the King's Wolf. The next day, September 20th, temporal rifts appear, and they teleport Arthur to Resolution 1295 in the year 2025, in Angola, which is the site of the map Buried. Then we have a big gap, almost 300 years. 1908, June 30th. A meteor containing element 115 crashes near the Stony Tunguska River, which is Call of the Dead. 1925, August 30th, Dr. Edward Richtofen joins the Illuminati. Real quick, if you guys are interested, you can find all of this information from the Chronorium, from the big poster that Treyarch released for the zombie storyline. But I've compiled it here, so hopefully you can watch this instead. 1931, February 4th. Large deposits of element 115 are discovered near Breslau, Germany, and Dr. Ludwig Maxis, a German scientist, is sent to investigate. May 10th. Maxis forms Group 935, an international organization dedicated to the study of element 115. Maxis tells the scientists they, quote, represent the future of technological advancements and will be pioneers of human discovery. The group swears to work in secrecy from their respective governments. As Maxis says, we cannot afford to let this power fall into the wrong hands. 1934, November 5th. Samantha Maxis is born. Her father Maxis invites Richtofen to join Group 935. He agrees, but secretly acts on behalf of the Illuminati's interests. 1937, April 10th, the Imperial Japanese Army discovers an element 115 meteor fragment in a swamp within Japanese territory. They build the Rising Sun facility, also known as Shinonuma, to continue research. Division 9 is created to oversee its operation. June 14th, the United States government discovers deposits of element 115 at Groom Lake. 1939, July 2nd, Maxis and Richtofen begin teleportation experiments with the matter transference prototype, to mild success. The subjects are teleported, but their chemical composition is altered, leaving them catatonic and changed. August 5th. Using element 115, Maxis and Richtofen resurrect one of the teleported corpses for the first time. Initially, it obeys, but soon becomes rabid and attacks them. The test subject is euthanized. September 3rd. Richtofen begins development of the Wunderwaffe DG2 using element 115. November 23rd. Maxis turns to the Reichstag for additional funding. Germany agrees to the request, expressing interest in their weapons research, teleportation technology, and the reanimated undead subjects. December 4th. During test trial 131, Richtofen and Dr. Schuster successfully teleport a walnut. This is the first successful test where chemical composition of the object is maintained throughout the process. The next day, December 5th, Edward's walnut discovery fails to impress Maxis, who declares it a waste of time. He reveals to Richtofen that Group 935 will soon be funded by Germany. Richtofen worries that this will lead to massive defections. He and Schuster decide to continue their teleportation experiments behind Maxis' back. 1940, January 4th. Richtofen and Schuster conduct their first human teleportation test. Richtofen is so confident in its success, he volunteers himself. Teleported to the moon, he encounters the MPD, the Aether pyramid hidden by the Apothecans. While inspecting the device, Richtofen is electrocuted and begins hearing many voices of corruption, including that of the Shadow Man. The device then teleports him to Shangri-La. Corrupted by the Dark Aether, Richtofen is gradually being driven insane by an obsession to find Agartha. January 5th, Richtofen is worshipped by the natives of Shangri-La. An altar is built in his name. Richtofen encounters the focusing stone for the first time. January 23rd, after nearly a month's absence, Richtofen returns to Schuster with a plan to build Griffin Station. January 24th, Richtofen renounces his involvement with the Illuminati. When asked how he could abandon his obligation to the Order, he says Teddy was a liar. March 13th, construction of Griffin Station on the Moon begins. Frustrated with Maxis's alignment with Germany, other disgruntled Group 935 scientists join the cause. July 13th, Maxis instructs his assistant Sophia to write a letter to the Reichstag High Command requesting additional funds. Though he reports that mass production will soon be underway shortly, Derice lacks not only the funding but sufficient volumes of Element 115. August 1st. In response to Maxis's request, Germany creates two facilities for Group 935. They are the Kino facility, a repurposed theater, and the Asylum facility at Wittenau Sanatorium in Berlin. August 18th. As per Germany's request, the Japanese Imperial Army hands over the Rising Sun facility to Group 935. Division 9 remains involved on site. October 3rd, Group 935 establishes a research facility in Siberia near the Tunguska River. Call of the Dead. November 6th, Group 935 establishes a facility at Der Eisendrache. 1941, June 24th. Nikolai Belinsky's wife is killed during the German advance into the Soviet Union. In an effort to numb his pain, Nikolai increasingly turns to alcohol. 1942, January 11th. Maxis gives Fluffy to Samantha. The dog is expecting a litter. January 20th, Maxis tests the first file for storage on the data servant. January 26th. On the data servant, Maxis catalogs locations with prominent Element 115 deposits. He includes information about the various applications and sites that the reanimation of dead cells is a possible side effect. January 30th, Richtofen completes the Wunderwaffe prototype. February 1st, with Griffin Station completed, Richtofen names Dr. Groff lead scientist and returns to Earth to continue his charade with Maxis. Working alongside Schuster, Groff is left to discover how to power the MPD. February 2nd. In a speech to his staff, Groff talks optimistically about Griffin Station's establishment as a permanent base of operations. April 17th. Maxis develops the ray gun prototype at the Rising Sun facility. H. Porter works on developing the second-generation model. June 13th. As a result of temporal rifts in 1963 Kino, Monty reaches across time and offers little nudges. One nudge is developing Group 935's Element 115 fused elixirs. They create 4 medicinal beverages known colloquially as Juggernog, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, and Double Tap. June 28th, Group 935 continues development of the weapons upgrade machine. July 18th, Groff and Schuster unwittingly discover how to charge the MPD. When Schuster kills a rat near the device, its death inexplicably begins filling the tank, charging the device. They report their findings to Richtofen. July 20th, Richtofen begins sending soldiers and scientists to the moon to be sacrificed, their souls used to charge the MPD. November 5th, Takeo Masaki is dispatched by the Emperor to oversee the work of Group 935 and Division 9 at the Rising Sun facility. December 8th, Richtofen shares the Element 115-based elixir recipes with Griffin Station, and they develop Mule Kick. December 9th, Nikolai's brother is killed in the Battle of Stalingrad. December 14th, Richtofen creates the Monkey Bomb. December 16th, in a personal log, Maxis expressed concern over Element 115's impact on Richtofen's behavior. No longer trusting him, he wondered if it was a mistake to invite him to Group 935. December 20th, accompanied by Sophia, Maxis is transferred to the Kino facility to focus on creating Germany's undead army. Samantha is left in Richtofen's care. 1943, January 8th. Maxis worries he and Sophia have grown too close. He considers sending her away. January 16th, Nikolai is captured by German forces during the Battle of Stalingrad. He becomes a subject in Group 935's experiments. January 27th, Maxis reports success with Subject 26, whose violent outbursts have been greatly reduced. Maxis believes this method of treatment will be 100% effective in most cases. February 2nd, the Battle of Stalingrad ends. February 10th, Maxis reports the treatment has been perfected. He believes if Subject 26 can retain the impressions longer than 26 hours, then the delivery of the zombie army can be accelerated. February 12th. After attacking a handler, Subject 26 is killed and deemed another setback. May 18th. Harvey Yenna begins his work with Group 935. June 4th. Primus arrives from Dimension 63. In an effort to prevent the events that are about to unfold, they formulate a plan to stop this dimension's Richtofen. June 11th. Richtofen is contacted from the house by Maxis, who warns that the test subjects must never be allowed to be awakened. The havoc that could be wreaked upon the future by such simple-minded individuals would be catastrophic. June 13th. Takeo reports to the Emperor that the work being done at the Rising Sun facility is unacceptable. July 19th. Primus Richtofen is teleported to the house in Agartha, reuniting him with Maxis. July 24th. On orders of the Emperor, Takeo is taken prisoner by Group 935 and Division 9. He is used as a test subject for experiments. 1944. July 14th. After the setbacks with Subject 26, Maxis reports new success with the Undead army. However, he maintains his belief that the Undead cannot be controlled or maintained. September 2nd, Pablo Marinas, a Mexican spy, is captured by Group 935 at Dreisendrach. And the current year, 1945. May 9th. In his cell, Pablo writes of visions of a great war. He describes a great battle against strange demon-like creatures who were trying to devour the earth. In his vision, he sees 4 knights protect him from certain death. He makes a note that the knights wore tunics similar to those in Der Eisendrache. And today, June 4th, Nacht der Untoten, the Night of the Undead. An Allied plane malfunctions over an airfield and crashes. German army trucks transporting the Undead and Element 115 between Group 935 facilities is struck in the crash. The Marines surviving the crash hold out against the Undead as long as they can. Or, in the Black Ops 1 version, Ultimis, Takeo Masaki, Nikolai Belinsky, Dr. Edward Richtofen, and Tank Dempsey hold off the Undead. Ladies and gentlemen, Nacht der Untoten. Wow. It's been a minute. Okay. So we're going to get some gameplay for this. We're going to survive as long as I can. Obviously, like, no real, like, Easter eggs other than what I'm doing right now on this map. So we're just going to survive as long as we can. We're going to try and use what we've been given. So, like, stick to wall weapons, not really use the box, because we're going to be using the box a lot in the next maps with, like, Varux, all that kind of stuff, right? And so, I think we want to say no box for this map to make things interesting. I also figured that this would be a great time for me to tell you guys about my first experience with zombies, how I started playing zombies, right? Really did you block the shot? And there it is. There's the Easter egg, ladies and gentlemen. Shoot the certain barrels, you get the certain... Okay. So, first time I started playing zombies, I'm over at my friend next door's house, and he's like, "Do you want to play some Call of Duty?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, sure, I'm only like 15 at this point, but yeah, I'll play, yeah, I'm excited." And he loads us into Barry. I believe, yeah, Barry. And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. I've never seen a game like this before in my life. This is, like, eye-opening for me. So we play some buried. We get some practice. I play some transit with him and his brothers. I play some town.
Out of ammunition! I will rush in and take them all with me!
Anyway, so I'm playing a lot of Black Ops 2. And in Black Ops 2, there's a lot of, like, ways to turn on the power. There's perks and all this stuff, right? So I'm, like, getting decent at this. But not good enough to, like, be crazy. Oh my gosh, I just... right, so I'm not doing, like, insane, but my friend is actually really good. So we load up on Buried, like, a couple days after I learn how to play, and we get this crazy round 40 plus, like, mid-40s run on Buried, where we're just camping at the Juggernog machine with the Head Chopper and the Trample Steam, and just... loving it. And I'm like, this game is awesome. Flash forward to a couple weeks later, Origins drops. And I'm like, dude, I heard there's a new map. You want to try it? And he's like, oh, I tried it. It's a little unforgiving for new players, but we can try it. So we load in, I like get marked right off the bat, and we die. Obviously, no one, well, not no one, I guess no one, but neither of us knew the map. And I'm new, so like we just get absolutely murdered. But I just distinctly remember sitting there watching the intro cutscene of Origins with like all the character introductions, not knowing who these characters are, and Shepherd of Fire by Avenged Sevenfold just blasting, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. I am hooked at this point, and Origins is still my favorite map to this day, for many reasons. Anyway, so I'm a bad zombies player to start off. As most people are, you don't start off insane. And I hear that my brother's friend has a copy of Black Ops 1, and I find out that Black Ops 1 also has zombies. I didn't know this. I thought it was only a Black Ops 2 feature, because the map was called Origins. So I was like, oh, this has got to be like the first map then, right? Like, obviously. Not the first map. Come to find out. But, did I just headshot him with a no scope? I don't think this is one-shotting to the head anymore. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm sitting here. Whoa, this just got real spicy real fast. Never mind, no. That nuke is kind of nice. Okay, that ends around, which is interesting. I'm gonna go up here. I know it's for the camping strategy, you can't really buy that, but I'm gonna go ahead and buy this.
I will destroy them, limb by limb.
Anyway, so I learned Black Ops 1 has zombies, like I said. I hop on Kino with my brother, or my brother and his friend, and I'm like, holy crap, this is terrifying. Black Ops 1 has way more of a horror vibe than Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is very dystopian and very complicated. Black Ops 1 is very much like a horror survival-based thing, and I'm like, this is terrifying. So I'm sitting there learning Kino for the first time, and my logic was that if I don't turn on the power, it would be better for the dog run. For some reason I thought that was a thing. So dogs start spawning, and I'm like, holy frick, what am I supposed to do? Holy freak, what am I supposed to do? Like... So I'm sitting in the corner on Kino on a dog round, just trying to survive. And obviously, it was like we could never get past round 5 or 6 because we just couldn't beat the dogs. And then, as I continue to like learn zombies and become better at zombies, I start playing the other maps on Black Ops 1. I start playing this map in specific, Nacht and Untoten. I loaded this map up for the first time, and the fear that I felt playing this solo for the first time, oh my gosh. Like, I think you guys can all relate to the feeling of like sitting alone in a room and trying to load up a solo game of zombies and just being absolutely terrified to do it. But that's an experience that I think most people have with zombies. And so I'm terrified, but not only because it's a scary map. Oh my gosh, what the frick? Oh my gosh, what is happening? What is happening? It just got real intense real fast. Holy crap, bro. Maybe I need to pause this story for just a second. Long story short, the reason I was so terrified was because I had no resources. Right? I'm used to having guns. I'm used to having perks. I'm used to having space. And Nacht constricts all of those in such a fun way, but also in a terrifying way. And I was not ready for that in the slightest. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. The cabinet is not our salvation, it turns out. Bargain. Yeah, we'll use bargain.
This disease will be wiped out.
Oh, wait. I want to get these barrels, I think. Never mind, I suck at throwing. So, like I was saying, it constricts all of your resources, and I'm used to having all of these resources at my disposal as a new zombies player, and so that was the main thing that was terrifying about this to me at that time, was just the fact that, like, it took all of your resources away in such a terrifying way, and I'm like, wow, I don't like this. So that was my first experience playing Nacht. I probably didn't even get this far. I almost died. I probably didn't even get this far, right? So it's just like terrifying, it's bad. What a great beginning map. And as I learn more about zombies and as I continue to play as the games come out, I get so much more enjoyment out of this map. Because I know what this map is. Because I understand what this map is to zombies players and what it is to the storyline and how it's the beginning of everything. Right? So, there's a little bit about my genesis into playing zombies. I got hooked on Black Ops 2. I'm not a... not a crazy Black Ops 1 fan or anything, but it's fun. I like it. It's fun. Die. No way! What? And that's the unforgiving nature of Nacht. Wow. Okay. Well, Nacht or Untoten, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. We'll move on to the next information and the next map. So we'll see you in the next one.